Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of the Unconventional Attorney Podcast. I'm your host, Christopher Small, and I am the Unconventional Attorney. Today, I'm excited to bring you another Attorney X episode. If you are unfamiliar with this, I am basically interviewing anonymously law firm owners from around the globe to find out what's working for them, the kind of revenue that they're really making, the kind of challenges that they're really facing, and uncovering all of the things that they are afraid to expose out there in the real world under their own names. Now, the only way that I can continue to have these interviews is for law firm owners just like you to come on the show. We all get to learn from the information and the experiences we share, and this is my call to action for you to come and join me as an Attorney X guest. It's very simple. It's 20 minutes. And if you come on, I give you a free t-shirt that you can't get anywhere else. So if you walk around and you see people wearing Attorney X t-shirts, it's because they have taken the plunge and they are Attorney X alumni. To sign up is very simple. All you have to do is go to theunconventionalattorney.com/Attorney X. You can pick a date and time that work for you, and when that date and time come, we'll chat. Okay, so that's theunconventionalattorney.com/Attorney X. Go and schedule your date today so we can keep up this really cool deal that we've got going on. All right, now let's get into the show. Hello, friends, and welcome to another Attorney X interview. Today, as you can probably guess, I've got Attorney X. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right. As a reminder to you and the audience, I ask the same questions to every guest on every show and promise anonymity so we can get the raw truth about your law firm. The goal is for all of us to learn from each other by sharing what's really happening inside of our firms. You ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into the show. Question number one, how old are you?
42.
All right, are you married?
Yes.
Do you have kids?
Yes.
How many kids and how old are they?
I have two 3.5-year-olds.
Okay, the craziness. How long have you been practicing?
15 years.
Right, and what is your primary area of practice?
Estate planning.
All right, actually, and let me back up too. What got you into law?
It was kind of a mistake. A friend of mine was taking the LSAT, and I said, gee, that sounds like a fun thing to do. I did really well on it and decided to go to law school.
Okay, nice. What was your undergrad major?
Construction engineering management.
Okay, wow. What were you going to do before law school?
I was going to be a construction supervisor.
Nice. Okay, cool. Okay, so estate planning. Tell me, how'd you pick estate planning? How'd you get into that?
Well, I started out trying to do anything that I could, and it ended up as a litigator. Spent a lot of time in court, mediations, fighting, depositions, all of those sorts of things. Got burnt out, looked around and said, where can I do some good before a problem arises? Estate planning looked like the place to land, and it has actually been very rewarding being able to set things up prior to everything falling apart.
Yep. Awesome. When did you open your firm?
First went solo in 2006. In the interim, I had about 3 years where I was in a partnership with one other attorney. And then after that, there's been a couple iterations of my firm, but pretty much have been a solo and killing eating what I kill since 2006.
Okay. Did you dissolve that partnership or did it end or something?
Yeah, it was, it just wasn't working out. The way we had set it up was a 50-50 split, and neither of us was really happy doing work and then paying out 50% to the other. And
right.
It was amicable. We're still friends today, just not business partners.
And what year did that end?
Around 2011.
Okay. All right. And then it sort of from that, is that where you got to this, where you are now, this firm?
Yeah, right. Directly after the partnership split, I went into estate planning.
Got it. Okay.
And but I did move. I since then I have moved from one state to another, so I had to restart from zero again.
Yeah. Okay. So when did you restart? When was your last restart?
I believe it was around the third quarter of 2015 or 16.
Okay.
Gosh, I don't even remember when I moved. Isn't that awful?
Yeah. No, not awful.
2015. 15.
Okay. All right. So you're about 4 years in now.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. What when you opened, and what I want to talk about is sort of this last iteration. So when you opened this one, did you have any seed money or any funding? Like, what did you how did you get started?
I had a very little amount of cash. I had been sitting on the sidelines for about 5 months trying to find the right fit for a job that wasn't being a solo practitioner.
Okay.
So I had spent down my savings. I think I started out with about $15,000 in the bank and was using that sparingly on the firm because I also had to pay regular bills with that as well. Um, and really was out hustling every day. I went into the office, set up my stuff, didn't have any clients, and I was out meeting financial advisors in the downtown where my office was located. Hindsight, don't put your office in a downtown major metropolitan area when you first start out because it's expensive, number one, and number two, it's just not logistically fun to have to drive around and stuff all the time.
Right.
If you're out pressing, hitting the pavement trying to meet people. And so I was doing as whatever I could, low cost, to get out and meet individuals, especially since I was in a new market.
Yep. What? How did you get your first client? Like, what's the story? What's the first client story with this new firm?
With the new firm, the first client story was actually a referral from an attorney in the state that I had moved from.
Okay.
They had
somebody.
They had a client that had moved to my new location and needed an attorney for estate planning.
Okay. Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you work out of your home or out of a traditional office?
I have an office outside of the home.
Okay. Do you bill by the hour or on flat fee?
Everything that I can flat fee, I do. The only thing that I don't is probates with the court because they require us to submit a fee application showing the hours worked and prove up our worth.
Right. That's the worst.
It is.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know why it can't be reasonable if someone agrees to pay me X amount of dollars, why that isn't reasonable.
Yes. Side story. I, one time in a CLE, raised my hand and asked that question to a judge. Because he said something like, you can never bill a probate on a flat fee basis. And I raised my hand and I said, yes, you can. And I said exactly what you said. And he was like, you're an idiot. He said, I think what he said too was, I hope your cases never come in front of me. And I was like, don't worry, partner. They're not. But anyway, sidebar. I hate that. I think it's stupid. Anyway, so how many people are in your firm and what's the makeup look like?
Right now, it's just me. I do have a couple of people that I bring in occasionally to do some menial work, filing, and then also some witnessing for signings. But other than that, on a day-to-day basis, it's just me.
Awesome. What was your 2018 revenue?
Boy, I should know that number. I think it was just under 100,000 for 2018.
Okay, and then do you know sort of like what projected for this year is?
I don't, and I don't know if I don't really want to get all that into it, but I have had the last month and a half has been a real upside down one for me. I got sick, and I'm still dealing with some illness issues. Not actively sick, but possible complications coming down the pike, and so books have been put on the back burner.
Yeah, that sucks. Okay, how many hours per week do you work like focused on the business. And the reason I ask this is like, having had some of these conversations, people are like, oh, I'm always kind of working and thinking about it and stuff like that. Like, I'm just curious about like how much time, like, working. That makes sense?
Working on the business as far as like trying to make my business more successful, or working also client files?
Everything, but
Everything.
actually doing, like, some people are like, oh, when I'm out at the park with the kids, I'm still thinking about the business, but I'm talking about like work when you're working. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in the office probably somewhere between 8 to 9 hours a day, sometimes a couple of more. And out of those, the ones that I'm actually like grinding and getting stuff done, it's probably about 60% of that.
Okay. How do you get the majority of your clients?
Right now, all of my clients are coming from online, um, and client referrals.
Okay. Tell me more about online. What does that mean?
So online, well, I do online marketing. I have Facebook, and I'm also running some Google ads for probate now, which works fairly well. I have I have started putting out a new what do we call these, lead magnets, and I've started a couple of follow up sequences with some people,
Yep.
which I have actually started to get. I just started this about a week and a half ago, and I've already been getting people emailing me, asking me questions about what I've been sending out to them, which surprised the heck out of me. So I don't know where this is going to go, but it looks like it may be a very good avenue. I know that, everybody online's offering a free, report or whatever. And I've got another one that I'm going to launch next week. And it's been getting more and more people on the list that I'm sending something out to. Almost at least for the first 7 days, they're getting something every day from me, and I'm getting some good response from them. So that's
Cool.
my online. And then client referrals, I always ask my clients to send me, to let them know that I work mainly on referral, and even if that's not 100% true, and I do get most of my best clients come from those client referrals.
Nice. Okay. What is your biggest challenge right now?
Having more client referrals and clients coming in through the internet. I just need, right now, my biggest challenge is that I'm always on the brink of one too few clients. You know what I mean? Or one client not enough, or two
Yep.
clients not enough.
Yeah, I definitely know about that. What's sort of one of your big goals, or what is your big goal for like the next year, or for 2020, or for just, what's the next big thing that you're trying to accomplish?
My next big thing is to get my probate practice in a steady flow, which I believe I should have been doing earlier. If you are doing estate planning and probate, starting a firm doing that, I would say focus on the probate, because you can get those in the works. And, if you're bringing in 3 or 4 probates a month, even if it takes a year, that means every month, then you're going to, if you're paid out at the end, you're going to have 3 to 4 probates paying you out in a year every month.
Right.
And since I've started doing the Google AdWords for that, I've been getting the calls or the signups for the probates, and people need it now. And while it is an hourly billing type thing, my goal is by the end of next year to have someone in-house doing those for me, doing all of the perfunctory, repeatable things.
Yep. Like it. What are you doing to get to add to that business? Is it just more of the same?
Yeah, right now I've got, like I said, running the Google AdWords. I've been strangely ranking, even though I don't do any content on my website, I've been ranking a lot for probate. And I think that's just because I mentioned how to avoid probate a lot in my content. So I am planning at the first of the year to launch another section of my website devoted solely to probate, and to have a probate podcast, and start doing live videos on Facebook, and and YouTube, and getting getting the content specifically for probate out there so that I can ramp that up as well.
Awesome. What if you were talking to your past self when you first started? What advice would you have given yourself? What would you have told yourself
when I first started as a solo?
No, when you first started this last venture.
I probably would have told myself, I would tell myself right now, don't get an office, stay at home, wait till you get clients. Don't buy any software, wait till you get clients. Don't do anything that puts money out before you absolutely need it. I think that would have been number one. And number two, don't be afraid to put stuff online. I was trying to blog when I first started this iteration, and I would spend a week writing a blog post because I wanted to make sure I wasn't saying anything that attorneys shouldn't say, or making sure that it sounded perfect, or there weren't any typos, or whatever it was. Just get it out there. Just do it.
Yep. Awesome. And then, well, this sort of probably may roll over into this one, but what's your best piece of advice for all of the law firm owners out there listening?
Stay the course. I know that I have over my 15 years, especially in the beginning, I kept trying to jump from practice area to practice area, or from this marketing company to that marketing company, and getting whatever it was, whatever the next thing is that I thought was going to help me. I never really focused on just picking one thing, writing it until it either worked or didn't work, but actually giving it the time to do one of those two things. And then also I would say, if it sounds too good to be true, it is. If anybody calls you and tells you that they're going to have 100 referral or 100 people, calling you every month, and that sounds like that might be too good to be true, it is. It's too good to be true.
Yeah. It takes hard work, right?
That's right.
Cool. Awesome. That's it. You survived. Thank you so much for your time and your transparency, and welcome to the Attorney X Alumni Association.
Thanks.
Thanks, man. That's a wrap, everybody. Thanks again for listening. I really appreciate your time and attention. And a reminder, if you want to keep the Attorney X series going, there's only one way to do that: to get more of you on the show. To schedule a time to talk with me, talk about your firm anonymously, and get that free t-shirt, go to theunconventionalattorney.com/attorneyx. That's theunconventionalattorney.com/attorneyx. Can't wait to have you on the show. See ya.